It carries such a stigma. It's almost treated like a dirty word. Mental illness. It's tough to talk about, but talking can literally be the difference between life and death. In Cuyahoga County alone, 211 people took their own lives last year, the highest number since the mid-'80s. There's a service that helps save lives, but we found not everyone in Ohio has access to it. 5 on Your Side investigator Sarah Buttison here now with her 3-month-long investigation. And Sarah, this all depends on where you live.
It does, Rob. Every Ohio county has a suicide hotline you should call if you need help. Some counties offer even more, a personal house call for people in crisis. There's just one problem. We found some people are left alone.
I was feeling very low and depressed.
Philip Schorb says his balcony became tempting.
When you start hearing voices and they can't tell you to go out there and jump, you know it's time to get help.
Schizophrenia. I had some thoughts of suicide.
Michael Stock was so depressed,
It was not easy for me to focus.
he struggled just to get out of bed.
I knew I had to get the help. I knew it.
It's really hard when you're feeling that down.
Both men called the suicide hotline,
Have you been thinking about what you would do to hurt yourself?
but where they live, there is a service that offers even more. A house call.
I think it's even more important, if not as important, as having the hotline.
Called a mobile crisis team, it simply means mental health workers like John Rudolph visit callers' homes when they're experiencing suicidal thoughts.
They might call in and say, yeah, I'm doing okay.
But when he gets to their home, it often tells a different story.
It looks like, a bomb went off. They're not cleaning up after anything. They don't bathe. They're barely eating. There's no food in the fridge. And you can only get that sense by being in that home.
That face-to-face assessment that reveals so much more than a phone call also does something else. It offers a human connection, a connection John believes is the best way to save lives.
I know from going in those homes, I've been in thousands of homes, I know the impact that can have on going to them.
State officials don't track which counties have mobile crisis teams, so 5 on Your Side investigators figured it out.
It turns out more than half of Ohio counties don't have a mobile crisis team, including many in Northeast Ohio, like Medina, Summit, and Portage counties.
So ideally, would you have a mobile crisis team?
A fully mobile, ideally, yes.
John Garrity is the executive director of Portage County's Mental Health and Recovery Board.
Right now, we're not able to afford that.
He points to something counties have complained about for years, how Ohio distributes your tax dollars for mental health services. Take Portage. It has the 18th largest population, but receives the 4th lowest amount of state funding.
Does the funding formula make sense?
No one has demonstrated that yet.
Is there a formula? What is the formula?
So I'm not going to be able to talk to you specifically about the mechanics of the formula.
Even Lori Chris, the new director of Ohio's Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, couldn't explain why some counties get more money than others. So she requested this audit. It confirmed there's no rhyme or reason behind how Ohio funds your county.
It's something we're really interested in kind of digging into over the next several months so that we can figure out what the right next step is.
But even if she makes changes, it's up to counties to decide if they want to pay for a mobile crisis team.
There is no damn reason why we shouldn't be able to go out and reach out to these people.
How you doing overall?
John says even in Cuyahoga, where he works, tight budgets mean there's not always enough staff to immediately get to someone in crisis.
I mean, I often say to myself, what happens to them? Well, my guess is nothing.
Frustrating, because when someone gets help, it means everything.
The fact that you're not alone, that they make you feel like you're not alone because you're not, is important.
When Michael called during his crisis, it led to a much-needed change in his medication.
I think that's maybe something to consider there. I thought that they did save my life.
It kept me from going over the balcony.
The mobile crisis team that visited Philip noticed his sketches and offered to drive him to art classes.
I've met somebody who cares, really cares.
Something that helps him fight those dark thoughts that still invade his mind.
The challenge is, let's stay alive instead of killing ourselves. We're all in this world together. Why leave it?